All right, guys, welcome to lesson 16. We're going to be talking about proportional relationships today. This is a content or concept that you guys have looked at in sixth grade and in seventh grade. So in eighth grade, we're going to take it even deeper, getting a better understanding of what proportional relationships are all about. So let's imagine this scenario. Your parents decide that now that you are home more, you have to start walking the dog during the day. They're going to pay you $3 per day to walk the dog. This is considered a proportional relationship, okay? And this is very important. This is what this whole lesson is all about. So let's take a look why this is considered a proportional relationship. So this is a table showing the number of days that you walk your dog and how much money you will be accumulating. So the total number or the total amount that you have made. Let's start filling this out here. If you don't walk your dogs any days, you get $0, right? So this table starting at 0, 0, okay? Let's notice over here really quickly what our variables are. So let's graph these points. We're going to do that after, but right here says total money made is dependent on the number of days that you walk, okay? So this total amount of money is dependent on how many days you walk, correct? So if we go back to our graphing review we talked about last lesson, we said that the dependent variable is the y. So that means that this is the y. These are y values, okay? And these ones are x because they're independent. It doesn't matter. We don't know how much money you made unless we know how many days that you walked your dog. So this is really the starting point, right? The x values. And then when we know the x values, it tells us what our y value is going to be. So independent, dependent. Let's look at filling out this table. So if I walked my dog, or if you walked your dog one day, you would get $3. If you walked your dog 2 days, you would get $6 because 3 plus 3 is 6, and so on, right? Let's do one more. If I walked my dogs 3 days, okay, that would give me 3 plus 3 plus 3, that would give me 9, okay? So you should be noticing a pattern here, and we're going to start seeing on the graph even better. There's a pattern when we talk about proportional relationships, okay? Proportional relationships are just patterns. They're just a multiplication relationship. That means you do something to the x value, you multiply it by something in order to get to the y. So in order to get from a 1 to a 3, I multiplied it by 3. Same thing here. 2 times 3 gives me 6. 3 times 3 gives me 9. So this tells me that I have a proportional relationship because not only is it a multiplication relationship, it's the same multiplier every time. And this is going to be called the constant proportionality. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But let's take a look at, you guys are going to finish this table on your own, but let's take a look at graphing this. So we did our little graphing review, and the reason why is because graphing is super important in eighth grade, and we got to make sure that we remember how to graph. So remember, x values are this days walked. That's why on the x-axis, we have it labeled days walked. The y values are the total amount of money, and that is our y value on our y-axis here. So let's graph a couple of these, and then you guys are going to graph them on your own. So we're starting out with 0, 0, okay? And you guys are going to notice that all proportional relationships have a 0, 0, okay? And we're going to talk about y in a little bit. Next value here is this 1, 3, okay? And remember, this would be written as a coordinate like so. Okay, this is a 3. 1, comma 3. So 1 on the y-axis, remember, or 1 on the x-axis. Remember, I always start at 0, 0. I'm going to go 1 to the right, that's positive. Then I'm going to go 3 up, and that gives me my 0.13. Okay. Remember, points don't have to be perfect, but they definitely have to absolutely show exactly what point you're talking about. Here, I've got a 2, comma 6. All right, excuse the sloppiness. So I'm going right 2, up 6, and so on. Okay, so you guys are going to finish out this graph as well. Plot the rest of these points, connect them with a line. There's a line tool over here. If you click shapes, inserting line, okay, you should see this pattern here continue on in this direction in a nice straight line. So if you don't get a straight line, you know you did something wrong, okay? So you guys are going to finish the rest of this page, and I will see you in the next video.